Ever heard of Hogzilla? This 800-pound wild boar caught in Georgia in 2004. Or have you seen clips of helicopters with machine guns mowing down dozens of hogs? Wild pigs are more than just a viral sensation. They've become our most destructive invasive mammal in history.
$2.5 billion.
It's a pig apocalypse.
Over the last 3 decades, the wild pig population has expanded from 17 states to 36, and grown to an estimated 6 to 9 million individuals nationwide. Wild pigs have gotten so out of control, some counties in Texas have offered a $10 bounty per tail. How did we get here? What kind of crisis are we facing? In addition to outdoor videos like this, Greenbelly also makes ready-to-eat adventure meals. 650 calorie meal bars loaded with nutrition like protein, carbs, fats, sodium, and fiber. Greenbelly meals have been called Rice Krispie treats on steroids and come in 5 flavors using all natural ingredients.
Greenbelly.
Greenbelly meals.
Greenbelly meals, and these are these really delicious bars.
If you have an adventure coming up or just want a nutritionally robust meal on the go, check us out at greenbelly.com. The free-range hog population in the United States is all one species, Sus scrofa.
You hear boar, swine, hog, feral, Eurasian. The more accurate term would be wild pigs.
The species can be split into a few categories, starting with the original Eurasian wild boar, which was selectively bred into the domesticated pig. And when these domesticated pigs are released from captivity, they become, by definition, feral pigs. Because these are all the same species, there can also be hybrids. The reason domesticated pigs and feral pigs look different is because when domesticated pigs are released back into the wild, Mother Nature takes over. They grow thicker hair, undergo coloration changes, and even regrow their tusk. Wild pigs originated in Southeast Asia and then expanded across the Eurasian supercontinent. They were first brought to the United States in the 1500s by early settlers as a source of food. Free-range livestock management practices and escapes from enclosures led to the first feral pig populations. More were introduced in the 1900s for hunting. And by the 1980s, the wild pig population in the United States exploded.
And since then, the 2 primary means of introduction has either been people releasing them to hunt or domesticated animals that have gotten out.
Today, wild pigs are in at least 36 of our states.
In a lot of states, their numbers are growing. Texas, has estimates anywhere from 1.5 to 3 million pigs on the landscape. Likewise, Florida and most any place in between along the southeast, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, California, as well as Hawaii. Being based in Montana, it is a major issue that's on our radar because there is a established wild pig population in Canada.
Wild pigs are inherently hard to eradicate. They are highly adaptable, reproduce quickly, and intelligent. Often believed to be as intelligent as some primates. They thrive in almost any condition, climate, or ecosystem.
They're what I consider the perfect, which also makes them the worst invasive species on the planet.
From hot and dry desert in West Texas, to the wet swamps of South Florida, to freezing tundra regions in Canada. And they're omnivores, and will eat just about anything. Pigs also have the highest reproductive rate of any ungulate.
They're prolific breeders. They can come into sexual maturity in less than a year, and they can have 2 to 3 litters a year at 5 to 15 piglets.
For example, if an area even has only a couple of breeding pairs, and they have 2 litters a year of 10 each, by the time the second litter arrives, the first litter is nearing sexual maturity. So a few pigs can multiply at an exponential rate, and their intelligence can help them evade human efforts to trap or hunt them.
I've had pigs watch me from the bush, from the field, and learn how I was locking it open, which means the gate was open. I have pictures of hogs keeping other hogs out of a trap because they knew I had set it and it was ready to drop. They problem solve and they teach their young.
Wild pigs are causing massive issues, uprooting agriculture, destroying wildlife, and spreading disease. The most damage they cause is through rooting, where they upturn plant roots, costing billions to US crops annually.
From a crop and livestock damage standpoint, management efforts, control efforts, all the way down to disease and disease testing. They're going to eat it, trample it, dig it, root it, plow it, you name it.
Using their long snouts, they can root as deep as 3 feet and can devour and destroy whole fields of crops, things like peanuts, corn, wheat, potatoes, and fruits. This large-scale disturbance can have detrimental effects on ecological areas as well.
A pig's diet consists about 70 to 80% of plant species.
And the rest of their diet is wildlife, sometimes endangered.
Ground nest, invertebrates, amphibians, the insect community, all the way down to young and injured wildlife.
Wild pigs are capable of carrying and transmitting at least 30 known diseases, which can directly pollute human and wildlife water sources.
Pigs carry dozens of bacteria, internal parasites, and viral diseases.
They do a lot more damage than just destroying crops. They affect water systems, they affect habitat, they affect livestock, they affect feed.
They can ruin hayfields and food plots overnight.
So these wild pigs wreak havoc on wildlife and agriculture. What is being done to stop them? They don't have any major natural predators. The most popular removal methods are ground shooting, aerial gunning, and trapping, with the goal to remove the entire sounder.
You have the trap, hunt, hog dog, aerial, poison, run after them and jump on their backs, whatever it takes,
Ground shooting often involves trained tracking dogs and recreational hunting. And aerial gunning is... Aerial gunning is effective in areas with large expanses of sparse canopy cover and high densities of wild pigs.
Maybe it'll kill 300 pigs an hour, but there's a big price to it.
Aerial gunning becomes less effective as the populations thin out and often learn to hide from the sound of a helicopter. Trapping and dispatching usually involves a motion-censored camera and setting up trap sites.
I'm more of a proponent of trapping. With the technology that we have today, I can remove a lot.
Now, some biological or poison control methods are being tested.
Currently is warfarin and sodium nitrite. Those both under new trap designs that only pigs can access, that limits non-target species, are showing a lot of good promise in terms of how quickly it can act on pigs.
These elimination efforts have helped remove hundreds of thousands of wild pigs. But long-term prevention seems to point to something else: banning hunting entirely.
If you look at where pigs are the biggest concern and the biggest issue in the United States, recreational hunting is allowed.
This sounds counterintuitive. Shouldn't we want people to hunt an invasive species? Some argue hunting is not a uniform effort to eliminate the population. Instead, it often targets removing a few individuals from a specific area.
One, you disperse those animals across the landscape more quickly. Secondly, you have educated those animals.
The bigger problem with hunting, though, some argue, is that it financially incentivizes the wild pig's existence. Some case studies seem to support this. For example, in 1999, Tennessee implemented a hunting program. Just 12 years later, by 2011, populations had expanded from 6 to 70 counties. And a 2016 publication from several universities, including Mississippi State, noted the financial incentives related to pig hunting sometimes resulted in illegal translocation.
States like Montana and others that currently don't have pigs, we want it to be known there is going to be no incentive to have pigs on the landscape, because we don't want people moving pigs in.
Hog hunting is big business and a big part of hunting culture. Beyond white-tailed deer, wild pigs are one of the most popular game to hunt in North America, often prized as a trophy and for its meat. Numerous guides, outfitters, hog hunting sites, and magazines. This hog hunting industry can complicate the discussion around eradication efforts.
Now you can make money off of controlling pigs, selling traps, selling products to bait animals in, or selling hunts. And so when you create that incentive and culture, you're never going to want to fully remove pigs from the landscape.
Wild pig populations in the United States have become a significant ecological and economic concern. Despite efforts to control them, their adaptability and rapid reproduction continue to pose major challenges. And while hog hunting is popular, it may inadvertently perpetuate the problem. A more comprehensive approach is needed. We're a small team that loves the outdoors and spend a lot of time creating these videos. If you like this and want to see more videos from us, we'd love your support by liking this video and subscribing to Greenbelly's channel.